Good afternoon, viewers. It is yet another day, as I promised you, from our community post that I will be uploading new content each and every day so that we simplify and make mathematics easier. Before we continue, I would want you to click on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that each and every time I make a new video, each and every time I upload a new video, you will be updated. So today I want us to discuss about differentiation, and we are going to specify on the application of differentiation in kinematics. Kinematics simply means calculation of velocity and acceleration. So that is what we are going to be doing in this lesson. So as you sit back, I expect you to have a pen, also have a book, and you can also have your electronic calculator so that those who have challenges in application of differentiation in kinematics are going to understand this. So I'm going to take you slowly, step by step, so that we are going to simplify and make this concept easier. So we have a question here. We have our first example. The displacement s meters of a moving particle after t seconds is given by s is equal to 2t cubic minus 5t squared plus 4t plus 2. So this is the equation of the displacement. And now the first question is asking, determine the velocity of the particle when t is equal to 3 seconds. When you do that question, it gives you 3 marks. So how do we go about the first question? We will start with A. So in our first question A, we are being told to determine the velocity of the particle. Our equation is in form of s is equal to 2t cubic minus 5t squared plus 4t plus 2. So for us to get the velocity when t is 3, we are supposed to differentiate the equation for displacement to get the equation for velocity. So for us to get the equation for velocity, we need to find the derivative of s. And finding the derivative of s, we need to differentiate in terms of t. We differentiate s with respect to t to get, remember the concept of differentiation, we take the constant, we multiply the power, we multiply it with our first coefficient. That will give us 6t, then the power reduces by 1. The same with this one, 2 times 5 will give you 10. Then the power of t reduces with 1, then plus 4. After doing that, we have completely differentiated our displacement to get 6t squared minus 10 plus 4. Therefore, the equation of velocity, our equation of v, will be equal to 6t squared minus 10t plus 4. And since we have been told to determine the velocity when t is 3, when t is equal to 3, we will substitute where t is with 3 so that we can now be able to solve our velocity. So v is equal to 6 multiplied by 3 squared minus 10 multiplied by 3 plus 4. So velocity will be equal to 3 squared is equal to 9. 9 times 6 is equal to 54. So you have 54 minus 10 times 3 is 30 plus 4. So the rule of odd mass states we first add 54 plus 4 is equal to 58. 58 minus 30 will definitely give us 28. So our velocity will be equal to 28 meters per second. That will earn us 3 marks. That will earn us 3 marks. Then we can continue with question number B. So let's separate that one and let's have our question B. Question B says, calculate the value of t when the particle is momentarily at rest. Calculate the value of t. So when is the particle said to be momentarily at rest? A particle is considered to be momentarily at rest when the velocity is 0. So when the velocity is 0, the particle or the body is not at motion. That is when we say it is at rest. So what we need to understand is that at rest, velocity is always equal to 0 meter per second. And since we have our equation for velocity, we will say v is equal to 6t squared minus 10t plus 4. Having our velocity equal to 0, we will equate this equation with 0 and have 6t squared minus 10t plus 4 is equal to 0. So we can solve this. This is a quadratic equation. Back in Form 2, I know you have been taught about solving quadratic equation. You can solve this using matrix. You can solve this using quadratic factorization. You can also solve it using completing square method. You can solve it also using the quadratic formula method. But I would opt we use the quadratic factorization method. So our product is equal to 6 times 4 is equal to 24. Our sum will be equal to negative 10. So we need to find the two factors. And these two factors, if we multiply the two factors, they should give us 24. If we add them, they should give us negative 10. And our two factors will be equal to negative 6 and negative 4. Negative 6 times negative 4 will give you positive 24. Negative 6 times negative, plus negative 4 will give you negative 10. Therefore, we will have 6t squared. Then we substitute the coefficient b with our factors. Minus 6t minus 4t plus 4 is equal to 0. By having that, we can now factorize and have 6t into brackets t minus 1 minus 4 into brackets t minus 1 is equal to 0. Then we can choose and take one bracket, t minus 1 into brackets 6t minus 4 is equal to 0. So having this and this equal to 0, that simplify means, let me write this t well, you can have it as t. So either this or this is equal to 0. So t minus 1 is equal to 0, or 6t minus 4 is equal to 0. So for us to get t, we need to take 1 to the other side. So we have t is equal to 1, or when we work out this one, we get 6t is equal to 4. When we divide both sides by 6, we get our t as 2 over 3. So our t is 2 over 3, or our t is equal to 1. Having that, we already have our 3 marks finding the values of t. When you get 3 marks, that is 60% out of 100% in that question. That's a pass and quite a good score. But let's continue and see what the next question is demanding or expecting from us. So we can just split that part and go to question number C. Question number C. Question number C says, determine the displacement when the particle is momentarily at rest. Displacement. Remember the equation of displacement was S is equal to 2t cubic minus 5t squared plus 4t plus 2. So we are being told to find displacement when at rest. And at rest, t is 1 and t is 2 over 3. So we will say S is equal to 2t cubic minus 5t squared plus 4t plus 2 when t is equal to 1. So we substitute all values with 1. When we substitute all the values of t with 1, we will get 1 cubic is 1. 1 times 2 will give us a 2. Minus 1 squared is 1. 1 times 5 will give us a 5. 1 times 4 will give us a 4 plus 2. So our first displacement will be equal to 2 minus 5 is equal to negative 3. Negative 3 plus 4 is equal to 1. 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. So our first displacement will be equal to 3 meters. 3 meters, or we need to find our second displacement. Why? Because we had two possible values of t. So we already have the displacement when t is 1. We now need to get the displacement when t is equal to 2 over 3. So we now have s is equal to 2t cubic minus 5t squared plus 4t plus 2 when t is equal to 2 over 3. When t is equal to 2 over 3. So we say s is equal to, what is 2 over 3 cubic? 2 over 3 cubic will be equal to 8 over 27. 8 over 27 multiplied by 2 will be equal to 8 over 27. We multiply it with 2. Then minus 5. 2 over 3 squared is equal to 4 over 9. Then we have plus 4 multiplied by 2 over 3 will be equal to 8 over 3 plus 2. So our S will be equal to 16 over 27 minus 20 over 9 plus 8 over 3 plus 2. That is our S. And if we can solve this one, we will get our S as, so 16. So let's solve it. So we have 16 over 27 minus 20 over 9 plus 8 over 3 plus 2. It will give us 3 whole 1 over 27 meters. That is our second displacement. So the first displacement at rest is 3 meters and the second one is 1 over 27. Meters. You can confirm that one for me, and that's good. So we now have the last question, D. Our last question, D, is saying the acceleration of the particle. Determine the acceleration of the particle when t is equal to 3 seconds. Acceleration when t is equal to 3. So how do we determine acceleration when t is equal to 3? Remember we had the equation for velocity, which was v is equal to 6t squared minus 10t plus 4. So for us to determine the acceleration, we need to differentiate the equation for velocity with respect to time. And when we differentiate v with respect to t, we get 12t. 2 times 6 is 12, then the power of t reduces by 1, minus 10. So that is the equation of velocity, 12t minus 10. So our A is equal to 12t minus 10. And now the question is saying determine the acceleration of the particle when t is equal to 3. When t is equal to 3. We determine the acceleration when t is equal to 3. So how do we do it? We substitute the value of t with 3 and we get A is equal to 12 multiplied by 3 minus 10. So A will be equal to 12 times 3 is 36. 36 minus 10 will give us 26 meter per second square. 26 meters per second squared. And that will give us 2 marks. And in total, you have earned your 10 marks. It is as easy and as simplified as that. If you have any question, drop your question on the comment section. And don't forget to click on the subscribe button turn on the notification bell so that each and every time I upload new content, it will appear in your notification. Thank you so much. I salute you. I'm looking forward to seeing you improving in mathematics. Remember, mathematics is so easy. It's a matter of attitude and also changing the mindset concerning mathematics. All the best. Wish you all the best. Thank you. I salute you.